The courier, Kaito, found General Hiroshi slumped against a tree, his chest torn open.
Boy, listen. They killed me for what I know. Now it's yours to carry. Remember this. All of it. 5 names. And where the proof is hidden, trust no one, not even the king's shadow.
The general pulled Kaito close and whispered the rest, a confession that would shake the kingdom. Then his hand went limp. General Hiroshi was gone, his words alive only in a frightened boy's memory.
5 names. I have to remember. But why is someone coming?
Kaito bolted. Behind him, dark figures emerged from the tree line, the assassins who had killed the general.
There's a witness. Find the courier. He must not speak.
They're after me, and the only copy of the general's words is in my head.
Kaito plunged deeper into the rain-soaked forest, branches whipping at his face.
5 names. The cove, where the sea meets the pine. Repeat it. Don't lose it.
Spread out. The courier couldn't have gone far. Silence him before he reaches anyone. He heard the general's last words. If that gets out, everything we built crumbles.
They didn't just kill the general. They're after anyone who knows, and I am the only one left.
He pressed himself against the trunk, holding his breath as dark shapes moved below. The assassins fanned out, their footsteps fading into the storm. For now, Kaito was hidden.
They'll be back. I can't stay here.
He ran east toward the faint glow of dawn beyond the tree line, leaving the forest behind.
There's a village ahead, but if the traitors control the kingdom, even the guards are my enemy.
Kaito crept through a muddy ditch, approaching the village under a gray dawn sky. From the checkpoint, voices carried. By order of the king, the traitor courier is to be killed on sight.
They've already branded me a traitor. The whole kingdom is a trap.
Kaito slipped away from the main road, avoiding the checkpoint by cutting through tangled back gardens. He found an old barn on the village edge and crawled inside, exhausted and trembling.
Keep them alive. If I forget even one name, everything is lost.
Outside, a farmer's dog barked, and Kaito held his breath until silence returned.
I can't stay in any village. I'll move only at night from now on.
He waited until darkness fell, then slipped out, heading north toward the capital, holding on to the general's final secret.
The general said to trust one person. I have to reach them before the assassins find me.
Kaito traveled through the rocky hills north of the village, keeping well away from the main road. At the edge of a ravine, he found a body. Another courier, killed by a clean blade across the neck.
They're killing every courier. No one who might carry the secret is safe.
Kaito knelt and took the man's satchel and cloak, burying the body under loose stones. Now, to any patrol, he was just another messenger on an urgent run, but the disguise was thin.
I can use this to pass checkpoints, but if they check too close, I am dead.
He hurried on through the night, the general's final rasping command echoing in his mind.
The general said to trust only one person. He named her Mana, but who is she?
He recalled the general's last wet whisper, the name given with his final breath.
I have to find this Mana. She's the only one who can stop the traitors.
Kaito crouched behind a crumbling wall, staring at the capital's fortified gates. Guards checked every face.
They'll hang me on sight. I need another way in.
Near the dry riverbed, he found a rusted grate, a forgotten sewer entrance leading under the walls. He lifted the heavy iron and dropped into the darkness, icy water seeping into his boots. Minutes later, he pushed open another grate and scrambled into a narrow alley, the city walls now behind him. But 2 guards on patrol rounded the corner, their torches throwing jagged shadows.
I have to bluff them. It's the only way. Thank the spirits. I am a courier for the Eastern Fort, chased by thieves in the sewers. My papers are ruined.
The older guard reached for Kaito's hood. Then a dark shape dropped from above, the lead assassin, cutting both guards down.
They've already caught up. The city is a cage.
Kaito slipped through the back streets, snatching a servant's tunic from a clothesline.
Now I am just another servant. The palace will be crawling with guards, but I can blend in.
He joined a line of workers at the palace's service gate. Head down, heart pounding. Inside, the palace corridors buzzed with activity. Kaito kept his eyes low, listening. That inspector princess is at it again, digging into her own father's ledgers. A maid whispered, "She'll get herself banished."
So Mana is an inspector, and she's already suspicious of her father. That's why the general trusted her.
A guard's voice drifted from the next corridor. The princess stays in the East Study until midnight most nights.
East Study. I have a destination.
He slipped through the bustling kitchen, narrowly avoiding a maid carrying a tray, and found the East Wing. Kaito crouched behind a pillar, the carved door of the East Study just ahead. He would wait for darkness. Night fell, and the palace grew quiet. Kaito slipped through the unlocked study door, his heart pounding.
If she's not here, I have minutes to find something. Anything that proves I am telling the truth.
Behind a false panel in the bookcase, he found a stack of letters, unsigned but filled with references to troop movements and a secret cove.
The general's words, the cove. This is the conspiracy. Mana was already tracking it.
The door swung open. A blade's tip pressed against his throat before he could move.
An assassin in servant's clothes. Give me a reason not to run you through.
Wait, I was sent by General Hiroshi. He told me to find you before he died.
Hiroshi, he's dead. How do you know that name?
I was there when he was murdered. He made me memorize a confession. 5 names, traitors in the king's inner circle.
Then speak them, right now. If his final order was to find me, then prove it.
He said, "By my fading breath, I name the traitors. Lord Orin, Commander Jakku, Minister Reito, Kana the scribe."
Those 4, I've been tracking their correspondence for weeks, but there is a 5th name, isn't there?
The 5th is Takeda, your father, the chief advisor to the king.
Number, I suspected, but my own father, for months, I found proof of his corruption, but not treason. I didn't want to believe it.
The general said, the proof is in a cove where the sea meets the pine. I can lead you there.
I know the place, but if we're wrong, or if we fail, my father will have us killed before dawn.
I've been running for days with only his words in my head. Dying now would almost be a relief.
Then we go tonight. I won't let his sacrifice die in the dark. We'll bring the proof back and tear this conspiracy apart.
In the quiet study, a princess and a messenger boy forged an alliance built on a dying man's truth.
I've been following my father's movements for months. He secretly visits a small cove east of the city. He keeps a sealed chest there. I never found evidence of its contents, but the timing fits your general's words.
Where the sea meets the pine. The general described it exactly. That has to be the proof.
Then we retrieve it tonight. I know a secret passage out of the palace, a tunnel behind the stables.
They slipped from the study, unaware that a servant's shadow lingered just beyond the door. A spy for Takeda.
They know about the cove. Move before dawn and destroy the chest. Leave no trace of the proof.
Kaito and Mana hurried through the damp, dark tunnel, the weight of urgency pressing them forward. They emerged outside the palace walls, the scent of salt and pine filling the cool night air.
The cove is just ahead, but we're running out of time.
High above, an assassin scaled the palace wall, dropping into the night to intercept them before they could reach the hidden chest. Near the rocky shore, Kaito and Mana found the ancient pine tree, its roots twisting toward the sea.
This has to be it. The general's words brought us here.
Fingers scraped raw, they uncovered a small, brine-soaked chest bound with iron.
Letters, maps, with my father's seal. This is the proof we needed.
Leave the chest, and you might live. Refuse, and the tide will swallow your bodies.
Mana snatched the chest and dove into the churning water. Kaito, a heartbeat behind her. They surfaced behind a cluster of barnacled rocks, pressing against the sharp stone, holding their breath.
Find them. They can't have gone far with that chest.
The search stretched on, but the tide rose, forcing the pursuers back. Kaito and Mana clung to the chest, shivering, until the shore was empty.
We have the proof, but we're cut off from the palace. My father will have every gate sealed.
They slipped into a gardener's shed, just outside the palace wall, dawn light seeping through the slats.
I'll confront my father directly. His own daughter's accusation will force the king to listen.
He'll have you arrested before you speak 2 words. We need a public tribunal where the words cannot be silenced.
And if I am thrown in chains, the proof dies with you. You are right.
We should write the names down, send them to someone we trust inside. I cannot write them myself.
Then I'll write it. General Yuki was Hiroshi's oldest friend. He will believe us without question.
Her hand was steady as she penned the 5 names and the location of the chest they had risked everything to retrieve.
How do we get this inside? The gates are sealed, and I'm a wanted man.
There's a laundry cart that enters at dawn. We can hide the letter in the linens.
With the letter sealed, they waited in the cramped shed. The fate of the kingdom now sealed with a single piece of paper.
I'll be the decoy. Draw the guards' attention while you slip in with the laundry cart.
They'll throw you in the dungeons, or worse.
Then buy me time. The words must reach the king. That's all that matters.
At the palace gate, Kaito threw off his servant cloak and shouted. Guards swarmed and pinned him to the cobbles.
So the little courier returns. My daughter will be dealt with. Tell me where she is, and perhaps you'll keep your tongue.
I memorized 5 names. Yours was the last. You are too late.
You think you've won? The king trusts me. Your words will be ash before they ever reach his ears.
General Yuki, I bring a letter from the dead. Hiroshi's final confession. The traitors are my father and 4 others.
The old general read, his face hardening with every line. Without a word, he signaled his captains to assemble. Kaito was thrown into a dark cell, but a thin smile crossed his lips. The truth was already moving toward the throne. Footsteps echoed in the dungeon corridor. The lead assassin stepped into the torchlight, a dagger twirling in his hand.
Your silence is worthless. The chest was destroyed before you even reached the shore. Your confession dies here.
He's lying. Mana has the chest by now. Keep the words sharp.
Break down that door. By order of General Yuki, release the prisoner.
The iron door splintered. Kaito slumped against the wall, his chains clattering as guards cut him free.
Kaito, stay still. You are bleeding. We'll carry you to the infirmary.
No infirmary, the tribunal. I need to speak the words before Takeda silences everyone.
Then lean on me. The king has already convened the court. We go now.
They moved through the chaos of the dungeon, Kaito reciting the names like a prayer with every painful step. Ahead, the great doors of the royal tribunal stood open. The murmur of nobles filling the hall, Kaito and Mana stepped into the grand hall, every noble eye turning toward the bruised courier and the princess supporting him.
This is highly irregular, Princess Mana. You demand a tribunal while my chief advisor stands accused?
Your Majesty, this boy is a known traitor. My daughter has been misled by a desperate fugitive.
Father, your own seal stains these letters. Let the courier speak the words of General Hiroshi, the man you had murdered.
King Ren raised a hand, silencing the court. Let the boy speak. If he lies, he will face the executioner's block.
This is it. The moment the general's words must be louder than any blade. By my fading breath, I name the traitors who sold our kingdom's walls to the sea power. Lord Orin, who bribed the harbor master. Commander Jaku, who opened the eastern gate.
This is absurd. He's spouting names he overheard from gossip.
King Ren's voice cut through the uproar. Continue, courier. You will finish, or you will finish, or you will hang.
Minister Reitu, who poisoned the grain stores. Kana the scribe, who forged the orders. And the mastermind, Chief Advisor Takeda, who planned it all from the king's own right hand.
The court erupted. Takeda's face twisted from composure to raw fury, his mask slipping before everyone.
Lies. You have nothing but a boy's memory. No proof, no documents.
Here is your proof, Father. Letters bearing your seal, maps of troop movements, all found where the general said they would be.
King Ren took the letters, his eyes scanning. As he read, his knuckles whitened on the armrest.
This handwriting is yours, Takeda. For 20 years you served at my side, and this is your legacy?
He signaled the guards. Takeda screamed denials as they bound his arms. but the seals on the chest condemned him. One by one, the other conspirators were seized from the crowd. Orin, Jakku, Reto, Kana, dragged away to the dungeons.
The general's words are free. I carried them across 100 miles, and now they will never die.
Courier, repeat that confession one more time. Let the scribes record every word, so no traitor can ever undo this truth.
By my fading breath, I name the traitors. Lord Orin, Commander Jakku, Minister Reto, Kana the scribe, and Chief Advisor Takeda.
It is done. The kingdom owes you a debt, young courier. Name your reward.
I ask only that the truth be known. Let no one forget what General Hiroshi died to reveal.
The court erupted, not in shock, but in applause. A courier boy, illiterate and hunted, had carried a kingdom's salvation in his head.
From this day, Kaito of the Courier Corps is under royal protection. Any who harm him will answer to the crown.
A memorial portrait of General Hiroshi was commissioned that very hour. His final words inscribed beneath. Kaito watched as the scribe finished writing. The letters he could not read, forming the words he would never forget. The finished document was sealed and presented to the king. Hiroshi's confession, forever safe, dictated by the messenger who carried it across 100 miles of danger.
Illiterate and unimportant. That's what I was. Now the general's words are written, and the kingdom might finally know peace.
After the tribunal, Mana walked alone to the dungeons where her father now sat in chains.
Come to gloat, daughter. Your little courier ruined everything, but I feel no regret.
I didn't come to gloat. I came to say goodbye. From this moment, you have no daughter.
Then leave. The dead general's words won't save you from the guilt of betraying your own blood.
The guilt is yours. I chose the truth.
Kaito waited at the end of the passage, leaning against the damp stone, giving her space. They walked together in silence through the palace gardens, the evening air cool on their faces.
Thank you, Kaito. You could have run and saved yourself, but you carried those words straight into the fire.
The general trusted you for a reason. You didn't break, even when the truth was your own father. He would have been proud.
In the days that followed, the sealed gates were reopened. The sea power, faced with the exposed conspiracy, withdrew its fleet.
Let this day be remembered as a victory for truth. We will honor General Hiroshi with a statue in the capital square.
The entire city gathered as a cloth fell away, revealing a bronze statue of Hiroshi holding his sword toward the sea.
General, you gave me your words. Now they stand taller than any wall.
Kaito stood at the edge of the crowd, his courier uniform clean and mended, watching the sunlight catch the metal.
The words that were a curse are now a prayer, a thanks.
He closed his eyes and recited them one final time, not out of fear, but as a private tribute.
Lord Orin, Commander Jakku, Minister Reto, Kana the scribe, Taka.
When he opened his eyes, the weight of 100 miles had lifted. The boy who carried only memory had become its guardian.
Rest now, General. Your words are home.
A few weeks later, Kaito walked the capital streets again, his courier uniform crisp, a royal guard discreetly trailing him. The citizens recognized him now, but he kept his head down, still uncomfortable with the attention.
I am just a courier. Protecting the kingdom's words was a duty, not a legend.
He passed the statue of General Hiroshi, standing eternal in the square, children playing at its base.
They come from all over the kingdom to see it, but for me, it's just the man who trusted me.
He paused, looking up at the bronze face. His own face softened into a small, private smile.
The words are no longer only in my head. They're carved in stone, on parchment, in history.
A child ran past with a wooden sword, shouting, "For Hiroshi." Kaito chuckled quietly.
This is what you fought for, General. A kingdom that remembers.
He adjusted his satchel and continued his route, the weight of 100 miles gone, replaced by a quiet, steady peace. That evening, Kaito found Mana waiting for him on a stone bench in the palace garden, a leather-bound journal in her lap.
I've been writing it all down. Your journey, the general's words, the whole account, so the kingdom never forgets.
A whole book about me? I hope you drew pictures. I still can't read most of those fancy letters.
When it's finished, I'll read it to you myself. Every word.
Kaito sat beside her, the silence between them no longer heavy, but filled with the quiet understanding of two people who had faced the fire together.
I never thought anyone would want to write about a courier who can't read.
You carried the most important words in the kingdom in your heart. That made you the most important courier who ever lived.
They sat as the stars began to appear, the journal resting between them, a bridge between illiteracy and legacy.
Maybe I'll learn to read it one day, but for now, her voice is enough.
The garden held the quiet promise that, for the first time, the future could be more than just survival. On a quiet morning, Kaito returned to the forest where his journey began. The rain-washed earth had healed over. The tree where Hiroshi had leaned was now just part of the woods, green moss hiding old scars.
It's strange. The ground doesn't remember the violence, but I do.
He knelt where the general had fallen, the weight of the past pressing down one last time.
I did it. The words you gave me, they're written down, in the king's archive, on a statue's base. Your confession is safe. They won't die, not as long as the kingdom stands.
A breeze stirred the branches, carrying the scent of pine. Kaito stayed a moment longer, then rose.
The burden I carried is finally laid to rest.
He turned and walked out of the forest, his figure small against the growing light, leaving the shadows behind.
Goodbye, General.
In the palace archive, a single document hangs in a place of honor beside the memorial to General Hiroshi. The parchment bears the 5 names, written in Mana's hand, sealed with the king's own ring. A small bronze plaque beneath it reads, "Dictated by Kaito, the messenger boy who carried these words. Visitors from across the kingdom come to see it." The page that began as a whisper in a dying man's breath. But for those who know the story, the real monument is not ink on paper. It is the memory of a boy who refused to forget. The memorial portrait of General Hiroshi watches over it all, his painted eyes seeming to rest on the words he died to deliver. And in the archive's quiet, a scribe sometimes reads the confession aloud to school children, his voice echoing the boy who first recited it before a king. The memory of one, the salvation of many, fade to black. End.